Welcome back to AI Podcast, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're going to be talking about physical AI. We always hear about AI doing incredible stuff in the digital world. But what about when AI gets, well, physical?
Exactly. It's like taking AI out of the computer and into the real world.
Okay, so like robots.
Yeah, robots are definitely a big part of it, but it's also about smart materials that can learn and adapt and environments that respond intelligently and even blurring the lines between biology and tech.
So it's kind of like AI breaking free.
You got it. It's AI interacting directly with the world around us.
That's pretty wild. But why is it so important?
Well, think about it. We live in a physical world, right? So for AI to really change things, it needs to be able to interact with that world, directly.
Okay, I see what you mean.
It's about creating systems that can do things that were maybe impossible before or too dangerous for humans.
So like automation on a whole new level.
That's part of it, but it's also about humans and machines working together, like a real team.
Okay, I'm starting to get the bigger picture here, but can we get into some examples? What does physical AI actually look like in action?
Sure, let's start with transportation. Self-driving cars are a perfect example.
Ah, yeah, those are getting a lot of attention.
Companies like Tesla, Waymo, and Cruise are all over it. They're using AI to make cars that can drive themselves, navigating roads and traffic all on their own.
That's crazy. But what about other areas like healthcare or how about manufacturing?
Tons of stuff happening there too. In healthcare, AI-powered prosthetics are making a huge difference.
Really? Like how?
Companies like Open Bionics are creating these bionic limbs that aren't just functional, they're also customizable, even stylish.
Wow, so it's not just about restoring functionality, it's like about empowering people, right?
Exactly. They use AI to adapt to the user's movements and give them way more control than ever before.
That's amazing. It's like science fiction, but it's real.
Right, and it's not just prosthetics, there's also AI-powered exoskeletons that are helping people with spinal cord injuries walk again, and surgical robots that are making surgeries safer and less invasive,
So healthcare is being totally transformed.
for sure.
What about manufacturing? How is physical AI changing things on the factory floor?
Well, one of the big things is the use of autonomous mobile robots, or AMRs.
AMRs.
Basically, these robots can navigate around factories, move stuff, assemble things, even do quality control, all without any human intervention.
So it's like robots are becoming our coworkers.
Pretty much.
That makes you think about the future of work. Are robots going to replace all the human workers?
It's a good question, and people worry about that, but it's probably more complicated than that. Some jobs might be automated, sure, but physical AI can also free up humans to focus on the more interesting parts of their jobs, the stuff robots can't do.
That's a good point. So it's not robots versus humans. It's more like finding ways for them to work together.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see how that could be a good thing. So physical AI is already doing a lot, but what about the future? Where is all this heading?
That's where things get really interesting. We're starting to see some really groundbreaking stuff like biohybrid robots.
Biohybrid robots. What in the world is that?
Imagine robots with living parts. They combine biological and artificial components to create systems that can sense, move, and heal, kind of like living organisms.
Okay, that sounds pretty sci-fi. Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. We're still in the early stages, but the potential is huge.
So we've got self-driving cars, AI-powered prosthetics, biohybrid robots. This is all blowing my mind. But who's actually making all this happen? What companies are leading the way in physical AI?
There's a whole bunch of companies, big and small, who are really pushing this forward. In robotics, you've got companies like Boston Dynamics, known for their super agile robots like Spot and Atlas.
Oh yeah, I've seen those videos. They're incredible, like doing backflips and stuff.
Pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, totally.
Then you've got companies like Tesla. They're developing their own humanoid robot called Optimus, aiming to automate all sorts of tasks. And then there's companies like Agility Robotics who are focusing on robots that can work together with humans in warehouses and stuff.
So robots are big business.
Big time.
What about in healthcare? You mentioned Open Biotics before. Are there other companies doing cool things with AI-powered prosthetics?
Absolutely. There's Neuralink. They're working on brain-computer interfaces, which could totally change how we control prosthetics, maybe even enhance human abilities. And then there's Exobionics. They're building exoskeletons for people with the mobility issues, helping them get around and be more independent.
It's amazing to think about how technology can address these human needs, make a real difference in people's lives. But with all this talk about robots and futuristic tech, it's easy to forget about the problems physical AI is solving right now, in the present.
That's a good point. Physical AI is not just about cool gadgets, it's about solutions, practical solutions. For example, it's helping with labor shortages, especially as populations get older. In healthcare and manufacturing, robots can step in and do the jobs that are too dangerous or repetitive or just plain hard for humans.
So robots are like filling the gaps.
Exactly. And that's really important in a lot of industries right now.
Are there any other problems that physical AI is uniquely suited to solve?
Oh, definitely. Think about hazardous environments. Robots can go into places too dangerous for humans, like disaster areas, nuclear plants, even the deep sea.
Wow, so robots as first responders and explorers, that makes a lot of sense.
They're perfect for it. They can handle the danger and gather information without putting human lives at risk.
What about environmental problems? Can physical AI help with those?
Absolutely. AI-powered drones are being used to monitor deforestation and track wildlife, even assess climate change impacts. And then you've got underwater robots that are mapping the ocean floor, studying marine life, and checking on pollution.
It's incredible to think that physical AI is helping us understand and protect our planet better. This deep dive has been eye-opening so far. We've covered so much, from the basics of physical AI to all of these real-world applications, and even a glimpse into the future with those biohybrid robots.
And there's still so much more to explore.
That's right.
And
Thanks for
luckily,
joining us on this amazing journey into the world of physical AI. I hope you found it as fascinating and thought-provoking as we did. And don't forget to join us again tomorrow evening for another exciting AI podcast adventure as we explore yet another fascinating corner of the ever-evolving world of artificial intelligence.